Okay, so I'm going to the last part of the application now, which is how to submit your application. Okay, so this is the application. You will see this screen. So you will see this screen. Can everybody see that? Yeah.
Yes, we can see that.
So this screen you will see, and they will, when you start your application, the first thing is usual, we will ask you about your specialty details and your qualification details and your professional experience, which you will write. Then you have to write referee details. So there are 4 referees you need. So there are at least 4 referees. One of them should be a primary referee, who is most probably a supervisor or your mentor and is working in your institution currently. And other 3 could be the same hospital or previous hospital you are working with it. So these referees will give structured reports of all these 11 domains. So the GM, when you write your referee details and email address and contact numbers, so the email from the GMC will go to all these referees with a structural report per forma, which contains all the that how are you a doctor, how good you are a doctor according to these domains, and that your referees will write comments on that. So you will not be able to see that. I have not been able to see that after that. So, but obviously you know your referee, so you will choose those referees who will write good for you. So one thing is that, and that is not just a routine, non-specific referral letter or sorry, reference letter. That is quite a good structured report, which includes the comments on all of your areas, which we have talked about. How is your communication? How are you liked by the colleagues and the parents, team working, leadership, management, professional knowledge, research, so everything. So that is a very important, because all the the evaluation and feedback I have received from the Royal College, it contains individual comments on each domain with the structured reports on the referees. Then the next step is this registration and licensing. So you have to provide, that is just formality that you have to provide that each country you have been working was according to the medical ethics. You were not unregistered with the licensing authority of that country. So you have to provide good standing and they will verify that. And then comes the evidence summary, which is the most important part. So I will come to that in the next slide, but after, imagine you have uploaded all your evidence on the application, then it will go to the verified details. So verified details is separate from referee details. They may or may not be the same person. So you have to fill 4 or whatever number of hospitals you have worked in. So you have to fill a performa, 1 each for each hospital. And then you have to write on that performa that which person will be verifying that evidence you have uploaded is true. And on that performa, that is easily available on the GMC website. I don't have it now. That performa is you will write the details of all the evidence you have given from that hospital, including the number of pages. That is very important, because anything which is not on the performa but in the application will not be entertained. So if you are uploading an evidence on your application and not writing on the performa, that means that the GMC will not consider it as a as an evidence. So write, for example, if you have worked in 3 hospitals, so you need 3 performas and identify a person who can verify those evidences, because the GMC will send this performa along with the pages of those evidence to that person, and that person, the GMC will ask to create a GMC Connect account. So they will share all those evidence to that Connect account, and that person will see that evidence and verify that, yes, I know this evidence is true. So I verify that, I can confirm that. So if there are, that's why I'm telling that try to limit the number of institutions, because that is also a headache. So if there are 3 hospitals, 4 hospitals, so any number of hospitals, so that many numbers of performa. So each and every part of your evidence will be verified. So then you give final declaration, the second last thing, where you write that what I'm saying is true to whatever my knowledge and whatever that the usual thing you do. And the last is the payment, which is around £1,700. So, and then your application will be submitted. Now, these, in all these steps, the main thing is your evidence summary. So when you keep doing these steps, a green tick will appear. And if the step is incomplete, the tick will not appear. So that's how you will see your online application. Okay, so let's go to the second. Next slide. Okay, so this is how the next page will appear when you open the what is called that evidence summary part. These domains will appear. So curriculum domain 1, curriculum domain 2, curriculum domain 3, as you're seeing. Is that visible to all? Can you all see that?
Yes, yes.
So this screen will appear, and you will start one by one adding your training and qualifications, and you'll add details of your post and duties, your CV. So that has to be correct. Then one by one each domain. When you click this plus sign, this box will open, which I have showed you already in my previous slides. So, you know, each domain one by one with the competencies they want and the evidence you can provide. Okay, so then domain 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last is verification of the evidence. Is that clear up till now? So
Yes.
So you will go through each one of them. You plus click this plus sign, and when you click the plus sign, he will ask you to upload your evidence, whatever you have. And there will be a box to write comments on that, that what is this evidence and are you using it for? You are using it for communication or whatever, and which hospital it belongs to, and which date, what was the date. So one by one, you will upload all the evidence, all the files in their respective areas. Now, one important thing is that you cannot and you should not upload, you should not duplicate your evidence. So if you think that one evidence can be used in other domain as well, so in the comment box, you can write that this is the evidence for this domain, but you can use this evidence in that particular domain. So for example, if you are using it for safeguarding, for example, you are putting a safeguarding report in domain 9 here, you can also write that this evidence can also be used for communication in domain 2. But you cannot upload the same file again and again. So upload one file once. Okay, that is important. So once you have done all this, and then the next page will appear, which I showed you in the previous slide, and then submit your application. And what happens next after submitting the application is a long wait. So after for the next 2-3 months, nothing will happen. After 2-3 months, GMC will contact you that we have received your application. Thank you very much for applying. and they will tell you about the next steps, what they will be doing. So the first step they will be doing is to write to your referees that are you this candidate referees or not. And after, they will not send anything else till that point, when they will just verify that their availability. So when they will verify that that's yes, they are your referee, the next step is to verify your evidence. So they will do their initial screening, which includes any file which has empty pages or rotated pages or something which they cannot read, or something which has been duplicated. They will return all this evidence to you, back to you. So they do that. They will do this thing in after 3 or 4 months after submitting the application, and they will send you an email that you can go back to your application, and because we have done some initial checks, and these are the measures you need to take, which include these non-technical things. Basically, they will not comment on the quality or quantity. They will on the technical things like rotated pages or duplicated pages or blank pages. And they will also comment on that this evidence which you have submitted is contains sensitive patient sensitive information, so that was not acceptable. So they will not take that evidence as acceptable. So after that, what happens? So they will send you with all the recommendations what you need to do. So you will do that in the next whatever time frame they will give you, that you have 6 weeks or whatever weeks to correct all this. So you will again edit your file. So that's why you may have to resubscribe the software again. Which I told you earlier, that you need a software to edit your data. So you correct according to their recommendation, all the evidence, and then resubmit the application. This is basically not resubmitting. It's you will tell them that I have done, and you can check it now. So the next step is that they will check that again, that everything is okay, the same thing. And after another 6 to 8 weeks, they will send you another email that, okay, now we have accepted your evidence. So before that they can be a multiple to and fro between you and GMC, that this evidence is acceptable, this is not acceptable. So some of them is more older than 5 years, some contains patient sensitive information, some contains duplicated files. So all these kind of things they keep sending you, and then you have one more thing. They ask you to group similar evidence in one file. For example, if you have 5 excellence reports, so you cannot upload it as excellence report 1, 2, 3. So you have to combine that into one file, which you can do that through the Adobe Acrobat or any other software. So that should be grouped into one file. And you have, for example, you have 20 clinic letters. So don't upload it like 1, 2, 3, 4 separately. They will reject that. They will ask you to group that into one file. So when you do that, and the second time, if they have no objection, they will say that, okay, now your evidence has accepted, and we will send this evidence to your referees to verify it. And so they will contact all your referees. That again takes few weeks time, because there's a online thing. They have a GMC Connect thing, which they share the evidence, and all the verifiers accept or reject that. One important thing is that be very careful about the verification performa, because whatever is not on the verification performa but in the application, that will be rejected. Then there will be a process. They will ask your referees. So please, I'm telling it again and again, the referees are different from verifiers. They may be the same, but there are 2 different steps. So referees, they will ask you to provide 4 structured reports. So 1 each from each referee. And GMC has that report is also available on the GMC website. So they will send the structured report to your referees and ask them to comment on these diseases, and your referee will comment on that and send back to the GMC. Now, finally, when everything will be done, they will send you an email that, okay, we have now completed the evaluation of your application. It is complete. And now we will send it to the Royal College. So GMC task is only to make sure that the evidence is authentic, verifiable, and true. GMC will not make any comment on the quality that what you need to do. So then they will send the application to the Royal College. They will compile it in the form of pages, and they make an index like a book. And then Royal College will evaluate it over whatever time. And they are really stretched these days because of the lack of assessors. And after, they say that it takes 5 weeks, but for me it takes many months for them to come back to me. But although it has successful in first attempt, so then the GMC, then the Royal College will at the end say that, okay, we have completed your evaluation, and send back it to the GMC, and the GMC will then give you the good or bad news that your application is successful, or it needs these remediation, or it is rejected straight away, or whatever the result will be. So that's the thing. That's the whole process. 1 second. How do I'm trying to go back. So that's all. You can start your questions, but I cannot go back to my. I'm not very good in computers, actually.
Because I have a few questions.
Yeah, okay.
So one is my understanding was verifier and referee is same, but according to you, is saying that is different.
So you try to understand what I'm trying to say. These
Yeah.
are two different processes.
Okay.
One is reference and one is verification. So referees and verifiers may or may not be the same. For example, you have taken a referee of your current workplace, 2 or 3 referees,
Mm-hmm.
and you have given their verification also, because they will verify your evidence. Okay.
Mm.
But in some other hospital, you have asked a person to verify the evidence, but not to give you the reference, because for reference you already have a referee. So they may or may not be the same, but these are two separate processes which happens in stepwise or parallel to each other. So referees will provide a structural report for you, and verifiers will verify the evidence for you. For example, I have 4 referees, 3 of them from UK. So all of them provided structured report for me, but for verification, I only choose one of them. You got my point,
Okay.
what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
It's
they
clear
need
now.
they need only one verifier per hospital.
The another question is when you go for a verification for
Yeah.
from a consultant, what my understanding, I was preparing my application evidence to be verified. So I was printing all my portfolios, DOP, CBDs, and these things. So there needs an like a pro forma for each institution
That's what
for
I told you.
verification.
Yeah.
So that pro forma also write that rota. Do I need all the rotas of all 1 year of rota, or only one rota provided should be enough?
Sorry, I did not
that-
understand. So what are you trying to
that-
say? Yeah.
Pro forma, there is a pro forma for each institution.
Okay. So yes, that's what I'm
I
telling
need
you.
to submit to the verifier. So there is that pro forma also include rota. It's written the rota, but not specified what is.
So there are there's a lot of things written on that performer, but you cannot provide each and every evidence. So some sections will be empty of I can say that. So
Okay.
whatever you are providing, what evidence you are uploading onto the application, that needs to go to the performer. And when you will write on the performer, that performer will be specific to one verifier. and all evidence related to that hospital will go only to that verifier. So you can, what I'm trying to say, that you need one verifier per hospital. So
Okay.
all your evidence, so choose very right person who can verify all of your evidence. That is
Okay.
very important. So you can, for example, you have choose 3 or 4 referees from the hospital, but all of them cannot be the verifier. So one hospital
I understand.
evidence, yeah, one hospital, one
One
referee.
verifier. Yeah.
Sorry, one hospital, one verifier. So
Yeah.
one hospital can have multiple referees, but one hospital can have only one verifier who can
Okay.
verify all of your evidence.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you.
Oh, what did I do? Sorry. Am I still visible?
Yes, so Waqas, just quickly regarding the rotation schedule, should I redact my colleague's name
Sorry.
for duties, schedule for duties? Should
Yeah.
I redact? Should
Yes.
I
So,
redact my?
yeah, I've redacted each and everything, to be honest. I could not take because when GMC send you that this information is sensitive and you have to send it back, they take weeks to respond you to again. So for
Okay.
example, if there is one mistake and you are correcting that, and then it will, you easily take, 4 weeks, another 4 weeks, and then don't give them any chance to, raise an objection.
Thank you.
Dr. Wakas?
Yes.
Yes, hi. Thank you very much. Although I did not join full, but yeah. So when you say that clinic letters, I have to compress in one file and then upload it. So in the clinic letters, there is confidentiality, no? Patient name.
Yeah, you have to redact everything. So that's what I'm saying. Sorry, I have that slide. Where did that go? 1 second, I'm opening it again. Because I accidentally closed that presentation. So yes, so if you see this slide, can you see that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what happens after the application? Oh, sorry, no, not this one. I think I missed that. So yeah, so this, when I told you in the start that these are the 3 steps for to handling the evidence: collection, compilation, and submission. So when you compile the evidence, which means that you need to group that similar evidence into one folder or one file, yeah, and
Okay.
you have to anonymize all the patient and colleague identifiable data. That is the most difficult part of that. That takes hours to redact all the patient.
Yeah. It will be like X, right? X. My patient X is admitted with this complaint.
Okay,
Okay.
1 second. I'll show you. I'll try to find a letter which does not contain.
No, I can understand how you did that, but my question is then it will come back to my consultant. Then my
Yes.
consultant, how my consultant will know that which patient I am talking about?
Yeah. So that is the point. So if you have done a clinic letter, so clinic letter is usually not a false thing. So there is a letterhead and everything on that. Isn't it?
Yeah, you are right. Evidence, reference number. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
so
clever.
they can be.
Reference number also need to be
No,
deducted
no,
as
no, no.
well.
Reference number also you need to be redacted. That
Oh,
should
then
not be verifiable. Yeah, but you can show all this evidence to your supervisor before submitting the application.
yeah.
And
Like
yeah,
five letter. Yeah.
yeah. So I suggest that you go sit with your supervisor or mentor or consultant because you have to give one primary referee who is your mentor. So you show them all your evidence that you are going to submit, so that you will
Mhm.
okay to verify it.
You are very right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dr. Wakas, if you quickly, I know you are very tired and it's very late, I know, but if you quickly just in 1 minute, how can we, at the beginning, can you show us on your account how you start application?
Okay.
GMC, yeah, from your account, just a quick.
My application has closed now. It's not there on my account, but I'm trying to find because I show you the screenshots of that.
Yeah.
So it
Just,
will be the same thing which will appear. So
okay.
let me. Uh, So that's how it will appear.
Yeah.
That's how it will appear.
So-
You first put all your details, your professional experience, and please don't write any false details in your dates because that will be verifiable as well. So
Mhm.
your dates and everything should be, so don't write anything false in the GMC. That is my advice. That's an advice, universal advice for anything. Then you put your referee details, they will ask for 4 referee and they will ask you for your contact number, dates, how long you have been working with them. Then you provide your registration details in other countries which you have been working. They will verify with the with their licensing authority. For example, your previous country which you have been working, so they will verify that, like a certificate of good standing. Then you will come to your evidence summary, and when you click on the evidence summary, the next slide will open, and then you go to the verified details, upload all the performers, 4 performers or whatever hospital you have worked in, and then you find payment, and then all these green tick appears. Now, when you click on this evidence summary, this slide will appear.
No, this I understood, but in GMC website, when I went, okay, there is a general, I am fully registered as a general registration. I'm not registered as a specialist.
I was also registered as a general up till 1 week ago. So
Yeah. No, I know. I could not find where to start the Caesar, I'm very much dumb
okay,
person.
I'll show you one thing that I can show.
Yeah.
So 1 second. Can you still see my screen?
It is like, yeah, coming a little slow. I mean, 1 second after. Yeah.
Uh,